Okay, picture this. You have listed your home, you have cleaned, prepped the house, had beautiful photos taken, and now not only did you get one offer, you got multiple offers. You are excited, you are relieved, and maybe a little overwhelmed because in that moment, the big question hits you: which one do I pick? Do you just go with the highest number? Honestly, not always, because the best offer isn't always the biggest one on paper. It's the one most likely to close without surprises, stress, or second guessing. Today, I'm walking you through how to review multiple offers like a pro so you can make the right call with clarity and confidence. Hi, I'm Salma Khan, your local realtor in Redmond. And if you're in the middle of selling your home or about to, you might be dreaming of gathering multiple offers. It's a great position to be in, but it also comes with fast timelines like emotions and big decisions. I have helped many sellers compare offers and make decisions they feel good about, not just on one day, but all the way through up the closing. And that's what I want for you too. So let's break it down. Of course, we always look at the best high price. It's natural that bold number jumps off the page and it's tempting to pick the highest one right away. But here's what I tell every seller: that number doesn't mean a thing if that deal doesn't go through. Let me tell you a quick story. I had a seller once who got 3 offers. One was a whooping 125K over the list price, but there was a catch. The buyer has to sell their home in order to buy this home, and their home wasn't even in the market yet. Another offer came in 115K over asking. Not as high, but solid, strong financing, quick closing, no contingency. We went with that one. It closed like a butter, smooth, quick, no drama. Meanwhile, the first buyer still waiting to sell their home. So yes, price matters, but stability, reliability, and clean terms and conditions, they matter a lot. Alright, let's dig into what really makes or break an offer. When I sit down with my sellers, we don't just compare prices, we compare everything, all terms and conditions. What kind of financing is the buyer using? Is it all cash? Is it conventional or FHA loan or a VA loan? What's the down payment looks like? A bigger down payment shows commitment. Then we look at the earnest money, that deposit that shows they are serious. The more skin they have in the game, the better for you. And of course, contingencies. Are they asking for a longer inspection period? Are they still waiting for financing approval? Do they need the home to be appraised? Also, does the closing date work for your timeline? Are they offering rent back if you need time to move out? These are all the little puzzle pieces that come together to show how clean an offer really is. Because the smoother the offer, the less chance there is a hiccup along the way. Here's the part most sellers don't even think about, but I always look at it. Who's behind the offer? Because it's just not about paperwork, it's about people. Is the buyer responsive? Have they toured the home more than once? Or it's just one of the 10 homes they are bidding on? And the agent, that matters more than what you think. I have had deals where the buyer's agent was so communicated, so professional, it made the whole transaction feel effortless. And on the other hand, some agents, they are not as responsive, lack of follow-up throughout, missed deadlines, silence when we needed the answer. In fact, I once helped a seller choose between 2 nearly identical offers, same price, same terms, but I had worked with one of the agents before and trusted them. That trust saved us when a appraisal hiccup came up because the agent was on top of it. We closed on time with everyone happy. So yes, we are comparing numbers, but we are also reading the room. Just because offers are in doesn't mean the negotiation is done. If something feels off, ask for it. If you want stronger terms, counter. If the offers are close, ask for their highest and best. You are allowed to ask buyer to shorten their inspection timeline or bump up with their earnest money or remove a contingency that you didn't like. And if you need more time in the house after closing, we can always negotiate that. Don't rush. Let's sit down together, take a breath, and look at all what makes more sense for you. A serious buyer won't hesitate to clarify or improve their terms. A nervous buyer will hesitate, and that tells you a lot. When I work with seller, I don't just hand them a stack of offer packets and say, here, figure it out. I make an offer summary sheet, side by side, simple layout, clear categories, price, financing, down payment, contingency, closing timelines, notes on the strength and red flags. We sit down together, look at it all, and talk it through. One seller told me, wow, I feel like I actually understand what I'm looking at now. That feels great. And that's the point, because when it's clear, you can decide from a place of confidence, not confusion. At the end of the day, this is your sale, your timeline, your terms. When you are reviewing multiple offers, the question isn't just who's offering the most, it's who's ready, who's real, and who's giving me the cleanest part to the closing table. You want a buyer who feels committed, an agent who's communicative, terms that matches your goal, and yes, an offer that respects your value. If you are selling soon or you are already listed and getting traction, I would love to help you walk through your offers. No pressure, just experience, honesty, and someone who knows how to break it down. Thanks for watching. I'm Salma Khan, and I'm here when you are ready. If this helped, go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone you know who might be selling soon. Let's make that soul moment feel even better.